We kick off Mello TV Sports with football as Jamaica's Reggae Boys will face hosts the United States in the quarterfinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. This after last night losing 1-0 to Costa Rica in their final Group C game. In a game delayed a little over 2 hours due to inclement weather, Costa Rica emerged winners from an exciting affair to top the group. Brian Ruiz headed home a cross from Ariel Lassiter in the 53rd minute. Jamaica was up against 10 men for the last 20 minutes of the game after Costa Rica goalie Lionel Morera received a red card in the 72nd minute for a handball outside the 18-yard box. The result means that Jamaica, as group runners-up, will face the United States on July 25 in Arlington, Texas, while Costa Rica oppose Group B runner-up Canada in the other quarterfinals. In the group's other games, Suriname connected their first CONCACAF Gold Cup victory with a 2-1 win over Guadeloupe. Over in Group D, Qatar defeated Honduras to decide first place. They move on to face El Salvador, while Honduras will match up against Mexico in the quarterfinals. Panama beat Grenada 3-1 to finish in third place in the group. Meanwhile, world champions, the United States women's national team, were today beaten 3-0 by Sweden at the Tokyo Stadium in their opening match at the Olympic Games. Striker Stina Blaschin-Staus scored on either side of the break before substitute Lena Hurtig headed in Sweden's third with 20 minutes to go. World champions, the United States, were unbeaten in 44 games and 2 years heading into the Olympics. They were knocked out by Sweden, who went on to win silver on penalties in the quarterfinals 5 years ago. Elsewhere, veteran striker Marta scored twice as Brazil thrashed China 5-0. Marta became the first player to score in 5 consecutive Olympics, taking her tally to 12, while 43-year-old defender Formiga extended her record in competing in all 7 women's Olympic tournaments since women's football was introduced in 1996. Team Great Britain were also winners thanks to a double from Ellen White as they comfortably beat Chile 2-0 in their Group E opener. Still on football, Arsenal has cancelled their preseason tour to the United States after a small number of positive COVID-19 cases at the club. Arsenal were set to travel to the US this week to participate in the Florida Cup alongside fellow Premier League team Everton, Serie A champions Internacional or Inter Milan, and Colombian team Millonarios. Now, Arsenal finished 8th in the Premier League last term and begin their 2021-2022 campaign at promoted Brentford on August 13. Everton midfielder Fabian Delph will also not travel with their squad to Orlando as a precautionary measure after coming into contact with someone who has since tested positive for the virus. We bowl over to cricket news now. Hayden Walsh Jr. claimed a fiver while captain Kieron Pollard made a half-century, but they could not prevent the West Indies from going down by 133 runs to Australia in the first one-day international in Barbados. The home side failed to combat an incisive spell of pace bowling from Mitchell Starc as the left-arm pacer took 5 for 48, while new ball partner Josh Hazelwood captured 3 for 11 to dismiss them for 123, well short of their revised target of 257 for victory of 49 overs. Captain Kieron Pollard top scored with 56 of 57 deliveries. He and Hayden Walsh Jr. 20 were the only players to reach 20. Pollard hit 5 fours and 3 sixes, inspired a 68-run, 7-wicket partnership with Alzari Joseph 17 to hold the innings together. Earlier, Australia elected to bat first and Walsh captured a career-best 5 for 39 of his 10 overs. He returned the best figures by a West Indian leg spinner in history, beating the 4 for 26 by Rajendra Dhanaraj back in 1996. Walsh was also the first West Indian spinner to take a 5-wicket haul since Sunil Narine had 6 for 27 against South Africa 5 years ago. He was supported by fast bowler Joseph 2 for 40 and left-arm spinner Akil Hussain 2 for 50. Captain Alex Carey top scored with 67 of 87 balls, while Ashton Turner struck a breezy 49 of 45 deliveries. The pair staging a 5-wicket stand of 104 as the team totaled 252 for 9. The teams will meet at the same venue tomorrow for Game 2 of 3. On to basketball news now. The Milwaukee Bucks won the franchise's first NBA title in 50 years with a 105-98 win over the visiting Phoenix Suns last night. Exactly 3 weeks after suffering a knee injury that appeared to put his role in the finals in doubt, Giannis Antetokounmpo carried Milwaukee to their first championship in half a century. With the victory, the Bucks clinched the NBA title in 4-2 and became the only fifth team to win the best-of-7 championship series after losing the first 2 games. The Greek Freak delivered arguably the best performance of his career at the best possible moment and now can add an NBA Finals MVP award to his 2 regular season MVP trophies. Just as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar led Milwaukee to their first title in 1971, the 6'11" Antetokounmpo made sure a big man also carried the Bucks to the next title. Antetokounmpo was an easy choice for the Bill Russell's Finals MVP award after collecting 50 points, grabbing 14 rebounds, and recording 5 blocks. He had at least 40 points and 10 rebounds in 3 of the 6 games in the series. Brisbane was today picked to host the 2032 Olympic Games, the inevitable winner of a one-city race steered by the International Olympic Committee to rival bids. The Games will go back to Australia 32 years after the popular 2000 Sydney Games. Melbourne hosted it in 1956. Brisbane follows 2028 hosts Los Angeles in getting 11 years to prepare for hosting the Games. Paris will host the Games in 2024. Now to end tonight's sports package, we present you with Sports Spotlight. In tonight's Sports Spotlight, I want to talk about the NBA basketball. The season is over, ladies and gentlemen, and the Milwaukee Bucks are your new NBA champions. This is their first title since 1971, where a certain man called Kareem Abdul-Jabbar won it for this organization. It's such a feel-good story for the Greek Freak. Came from Greece, didn't have much, came to the NBA, was drafted, and he's now an NBA champion. Congratulations to Giannis, the Greek Freak Antetokounmpo, who is also the Finals MVP, for attaining this title. It's such a very, very good story. Now, don't get me wrong. If Phoenix had won, it would have been a good story as well. It would have been their first title in franchise history. But Giannis has worked hard. I can't wait for the new season. A lot of returns and a lot of competition. Congratulations to the Bucks. This has been Sports Spotlight. And those are the stories making sports news tonight. We now head back to the news desk with Shelly and Hill.